we are. And school's not teaching us who we are. Well, I started to study this. Do you know, if you just studied the electrical system in your body, the central nervous system, do you realize that the central nervous system in this physical instrument you're living in would make the electrical system in a supercomputer look like an absolute toy? Now think of this for a moment. Have you any idea of the number of electrical signals fly through your body for the simple purpose of signing your name on a piece of paper? Do you know, it's a rather sad thing. We can go right through our educational system and learn very little about ourselves. There's a couple of things we're not taught in school. There's many things we're not taught, but there's a couple that are vital to our success. Number one, we're not taught how to earn money. No, we're not. 1% of our population earns 96% of all the money that's being earned. Now think about that for a moment. And we're not taught how to make decisions. That's why we have people running around saying, what do you think I should do? The crazy part, they're usually asking somebody that does not think. One of my mentors was Earl Nightingale. I worked with Earl Nightingale and Lloyd Conant for 5 years. I feel blessed. It was such an education from the Nightingale-Conant Corporation. Do you know, the Nightingale-Conant Corporation started the personal development industry as we know it today in recorded fashion. They really did. They started the industry. I had the good fortune of working with those two men for 5 years. It was an education the likes of which very few people would ever be exposed to. I learned so much about me. And do you know the crazy part about it? When I learned about me, I learned about you. Do you know we're all essentially the same? Do you know what's different is our behavior, our belief systems, and the results we get. But the mind operates exactly the same with you as it does with me. Our body plays the same role. It plays the same role. It's an instrument of the mind. Do you know that you and I can sit down and we can accomplish anything that we can visualize in our mind? Oh, I know you've heard that. You've heard it many, many times, and you read it in all kinds of books. But why is it that we have people read this information, they hear it in recorded fashion, but they don't change? It doesn't happen. There's a missing link. Well, I found out what that missing link was. Now, mind you, it took me a long time. You see, I changed, and my life changed so dramatically, I didn't know why. And you know what I found out? I found out that the real high achievers, I'm talking about those hard chargers that really make it happen, they don't know why they're such high achievers. Do you know, I worked with the Prudential of America, helped them raise their sales by hundreds of millions of dollars. Their top people did not know why they were top people. They would have psychologists come out of Jersey, their head office, and shadow their top performers, trying to figure out, what do these people do? They wanted to can it and give it to everybody, and they couldn't figure it out. See, it's not obvious. It's inside. It's like Wallace Waddle says. He says, your success isn't from what you do, it's how you do it. You see? The big difference, a big difference. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's what's going on inside. Well, I've been studying this for hundreds of days, thousands of days, every day. I'm absolutely fascinated with it. And you see, I believe you want to know how to do better. Now, I'll tell you why I believe that. Now, you may have given up at some point, but there's something inside of you that wants to express itself in a greater way. That's why it keeps want. And then we're raised to believe, well, you can't have everything you want. The truth is you can. You really can. And you know something else? You don't have to be the smartest kid on the block. No, you don't. See, we're raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you've got to be really brilliant. I was earning a lot of money and I wasn't very brilliant. We're raised to believe if you're going to win in business, you've got to have a good education. I didn't have a good education. I hadn't even hardly gone to school. And I started to realize that, you know, a lot of this information isn't sound. A lot of the things we're raised to believe is not right. And then as I started to study all the self-help material, I have an enormous library. I wasn't getting the answer. I was getting motivated. It would make me excited. But I didn't really know how to change the results. And you know, that's happening with people every day. Do you know, all over the world, I operate in about 87 different countries in our company. And all over the world, people are running into exactly the same problem. They sit down and they write down what they want and they read the book and they say, do this, build the image, but it doesn't happen. Well, do you know that you've got a control panel in here? You do. And that control panel is dictating the results you're getting. And if you don't understand how that control panel works and then how to adjust it, it's like a thermostat. Your results are not going to change. I don't care what your intentions are. I don't care how hard you work. Trying harder is not the answer. Well, if you're at all interested in what I've just explained to you, I have helped people all over the world become multimillionaires. Truly. You watch The Secret. A number of people on The Secret I've worked with. I've coached them, helped them do the things they want to do. I've got some phenomenal information. Now, I'm going to make another video. If you're interested, you want to come back, let us know. And I'm going to show you a concept. And when you get a hold of this concept, it'll change your life that fast. Now, the concept that I'm going to explain, it's going to take a few minutes to explain it. And I'll put a graphic on the screen here for you. But this graphic will change your life. I've had chief executive officers in some of the largest companies in the world say when I've explained this concept to them, that it's the most valuable thing they've ever learned. And you know the real wild part about it is, not only do these executives use it in their corporations to get their corporations really going and earning the profit that they're due, but their kids use it in school. That's right. I've gone into prisons with this. I've gone into corporations all over the world, from India to Indiana. I've gone into schools. I've worked with sports athletes. There's athletes, national athletes in America that'll tell you this information that Proctor's got is valuable. And you see, it's not me, it's the information. And it isn't going to be you, it's going to be the information you're operating with. You see, you've got everything you need all locked up inside of you. What we've got to learn is how to write the new program, because you are programmed. You're programmed genetically and environmentally. Now, if this interests you, if it even interests you a little bit, let us know. And then make up your mind. You're going to take a look at the next message I'm going to send you, because it's a mind blower. It changed my life like night and day. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you.